Hello and welcome. My name is Jeff from the head office in Beijing, and I'll be your host slash guide through the very short overview here of the VIP Kid Trial Class Revised. So we're going to take a really quick look of the overview. We're going to look at some outcomes, talk a little bit about the logic behind the whole thing. Then we're going to do you through 3 modules. The first 2 will have short videos. The videos will include samples. Each of the modules that you see here have activities. These activities will act as the quiz, and then once you process that and submit it, it'll come through to head office here, and then you'll go through the next phase. So outcomes for these sessions is to help you modify your approach based on the changes to the process, and there are some changes. We've tried to simplify things. Appreciate the simplification of the process without losing the integrity. Now, how to better organize your resources, and commit to following the trial class process, because this is a very logical piece. From some of the earlier testing we did, we found that those who follow the process are much more accurate than those who don't. A little bit of the logic. So into the initial assessment, the ISA, you have these simple things that you're looking for each of these levels. We'll look at it in more detail the next slide. Then you are choosing a next set of PowerPoints. Basically now there's only 6. There is what we're calling an L2 beginner. I'll explain that shortly. And then it's just L2, L3, L4, or 5, or L6. So there's not the multiples of different levels to choose from. Therefore, it has been simplified quite a bit. And when you're doing the TCA, it is all broken down into basically 3 things you're constantly looking for: the vocab, the grammar, and the expression. But in each next group of slides, again, we'll give the example of that a little bit later on. Underlying purpose here of trial class is to place students accurately while promoting the VIP Kid experience. Right? We want them to have fun. The trial class is going to start to be pushed out mostly to new students, so it's a chance to introduce them not only to VIP Kid, but to you potentially even for becoming an ongoing or a regular student. So let's jump into this and talk about the ISA. So here's more of a breakdown of the 6 levels and what you're looking for during the slides. Right? So yes or no, single word. Level 3, simple sentences, but still struggle with the why. Level 4 can answer the why, can talk in a range of tenses. Level 5, individual sentences. And level 6, obviously more complex sentences. All of this should be in a PDF download that came with your email invite. If it didn't come, then you can please ask for it. So what does this look like in a specific situation? Okay, and what are some of the changes? So let's look at this. So now this is the very first slide. You recognize the slide. Even some of the direction questions or guidance questions here are the same, but it's this part here that is going to be different on all the slides. So you'll see the light yellow there, right? Yes, no, and single words. That's very similar to what we just had on the last slide, but it's this part that is new. The biggest change is the yellow sentence here. So if the student doesn't meet the L2 criteria, then you would choose L2 beginner and go on with that set of slides. If they exceed the criteria, which is these sentences here, then you're going to transition to the next slide, and they're saying this should take approximately 1 minute. So then you're going to go on to the next slide. Now we're at level 3. You've pretty much passed on level 2. Level 5 is still a little ways off, but you're now looking at level 3 and possibly level 4. So now you have the white sentence here, a level 3 student, simple sentences, etc. And now you have your direction. If they don't meet the L3 criteria based here, then you choose the L2 slides. So this is the stepping. Okay, so you thought they were here. Now you're going to test them in L3. They can't handle the L3, even the early L3 stuff. Then maybe you're going to then choose the L2 material. And as you go through that, so this is how it's going to step. So L2, if they meet it or exceed it, then you're going to go up. If they meet it, you would choose L2. If they can't handle it, it's going to go down to beginner. If they are doing great, then you go up to L3. If L3, they're going along great and they actually are exceeding it, then you quickly move up to L4. So again, about a minute. And the same situation now with L4. You'll see the slides are pretty much the same. The prompt questions here are pretty much the same, but it's the directions here that are slightly different. And again, it's the same thing. So if they can't meet the L4 criteria, that pretty much tells you they're an L3 student. You would choose that and move on. Let's take a quick look at an example of someone. Some of the slides or wording might be a little bit different because the sample was taken from one of the earlier versions, but it'll give you an idea of a pretty good ISA.
Hello.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name is Linda.
Linda. My name is Teacher Sarah. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How old are you?
I am 9 years old.
Wow, awesome. How are you?
I am happy.
Good. What do you see in this picture?
I see a mama, dad, baby.
Very good. Who is this?
This is sister.
Very good. Sister, what are they doing?
Dad,
What are they doing?
fruits.
They are eating.
Eating.
Very good. What color is the grass?
Green.
Very good. The grass is green. What is the weather like? Is it raining?
No.
No. It's sunny.
Yes.
Very good. Do you see trees?
Yes, I see.
Very good.
Okay, now we're back. You saw the sample, you had the slides, you've got the PDF in front of it. Now you can work through some of the activities. Once you're done with that, you can then move on to Module 2.